All right. I see I am live. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I know I am a few minutes early, so please bear with me. And I must wait for Google and YouTube to get into sync with my StreamYard app as I am live streaming right now. Um, I want to let everybody know to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do not get paid for doing this live stream. Anything that I speak about during this live stream, I must ask that if you would like to do your own research, find out from other sources besides what I am telling you. Anything that I tell you is my opinion. So I want to get that out bright and clear for everyone to understand, okay? Now, I'm going to wait a few minutes here, and I want to let you all know there's a lot of things going on in this country right now. We are dealing with, I would say, the collapse of America, okay? Why I state that is because we see how this Democratic administration has caused this inflation, especially our I don't know if you want to call him a president. I call him someone that was put in the White House. I did not vote for that man. Um, I do not consider him a president. Anybody that destroys or tries to destroy a country, I would not consider a president. More like a person who is trying to become a dictator, which will never happen in this country, as far as I am concerned, and as far as many other veterans in this country are also concerned with. Now, I must say that I'm going to put up here on the screen, on my screen, before we even get started, uh, the number to the White House. At this phone number, you can contact any politicians that are in the House or the Senate through this phone number, which you would be able to. I don't know if you would speak with their secretary or whoever who answers the phone or the operator who would forward your call to one of these politicians' offices. But I can say one thing: contact these politicians. Let them know how you feel as to what's going on in this country, the inflation, your Second Amendment rights being destroyed, as well as other things that are going on here. This inflation is getting out of control, and they are stating that since they just raised the interest rates, what's that going to cause? Well, I'm going to tell you right out that is going to cause more inflation, higher prices on everything. I don't know about you people. I have heard that some places in Western New York are paying about 3.09 a gallon for gasoline. Here where I am down in Central Florida, I am paying 3.29 a gallon, and outside of my area, it is 3.39 and higher in other areas south of me here in the state of Florida. Now, this is not getting any better, people. This is going to be a long road to hoe, as they will say. A lot of people are struggling to make ends meet. Talking about struggling, that just reminded me to please pray for the people that have had their homes and lives destroyed due to these tornadoes that went across uh, the southern states, southwestern states here in the United States. This is a sad day. There is over 26 people who have perished from those tornadoes. My prayers and thoughts also go out to the needless crime of the young woman who shot and killed children and teachers in the school just recently here, which is another very, very sad situation. And that was a Catholic school. That should have never happened in any Catholic school whatsoever. People, we're in some very, very trying times right now. And our government, as well as our news media channels, they are at the point where they are distracting us from what's going on behind the scenes. Instead of, for instance, instead of going after Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and the rest of his family to prosecute them on the corruption and money, I don't know if you want to call it money laundering, or for so called in cahoots with China and Xi Jinping. I do not know why our politicians have not been pushing and going after the Biden family for this corruption. Now, I have very, very strong feelings about this. But instead, what is our country doing? What are our politicians doing? What is the Democratic district attorneys throughout the nation are doing? These people are all getting paid under the table. All of these Democratic district attorneys throughout the United States are being paid $1 million from George Soros. George Soros belongs with the World Economic Forum. And they're paying off these district attorneys in these Democrat cities to push their agendas as much as they can against Republicans, including Donald Trump. Now, we, the people, are the ones that can push to put a stop through that just by calling the White House and speaking with these politicians. We must let them know that they work for us, not these elites. This is getting a little bit out of hand when big money is controlling our country instead of we, the people, controlling our country. Our government works for we, the people, not these money mongering elites. This is against our traditions, it is against our Constitution and our amendment rights here in the United States of America. Now, I want to touch a bit on the failing banks and our currency. I don't know if you people know this or not, but our currency, our $1 bill, is only worth about 83 to 87 cents right now. And it keeps on declining because, of course, they just raised the interest rates. Now, you would think that the stock market would crash because of all these things that are happening with these banks, the central bank system, as well as the Federal Reserve. But yet you have Murdoch that's he's printing that money like it's going out of style. You have to remember, people, that not only is our government putting us in debt, it's putting our children in debt. it's putting your grandchildren in debt because the trillions of dollars that they have caused and pushed in our government is going to cost all of us money long before I'm dead and gone. And it's going to cost your children money and your grandchildren money, which is sad. This is a country that was very strong. What has happened to the United States of America? This is sad to see this happening, especially when you have a woman that belonged to a Christian school and outright, shot children and teachers and the administration of that Catholic school. What is happening? This country was built on Christian principles. This used to be the strongest country in the world. And now, what is our Democratic administration doing right now here in the United States of America? Well, they are letting people come across our southern and northern borders in droves. We're talking, they estimate over 5 million people since Joe Biden has been in office. Is that good for us? No. You have murderers, rapists, any kind of criminal you can think of that's coming across our southern border. You also have a lot of Chinese immigrants that are coming into this country. And I'm going to tell you what, people, I have no problem with anybody at all, no matter whether they are white, Asian, Hispanic, black, whatever. I don't care if you're part of the Purple People Eater clan. I'm going to tell you what, you're all welcome to come into the United States of America as long as you come in to be vetted and become a citizen of the United States of America. One other thing I must say is when you come to the United States of America, I know that you come here because you want freedom. Unfortunately, the bad part of having freedom here in the United States of America, one, you must know the English language. You must learn the English language because that is the language of the United States of America. Number two, you must stand and pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. You must come here to work, to try and fulfill your dreams and build a family, and to be strong and abide by the laws of the United States of America. And the state you live in also has laws that you must abide by. Why am I pushing this so hard right now? Well, just to let you know, with these people, these illegal immigrants that are coming over our border right now, they think that everything is free and it's a free for all and free handouts for everyone. No, it is not. You might have gotten that free cell phone, but you also have a court date at the immigration office to go ahead and try to be vetted. And I know a lot of you are not going to show up for those court cases for the immigration offices. Why? Because you think you're going to be a freeloader. You think you're going to steal from the American people and get away with it. Well, let me tell you something as a veteran of the United States of America. We will not put up with it. The same thing will happen to you that happened to that young woman who shot 3 children and teachers in that administration of that Catholic school. You will be shot and killed. We, as American people, will not put up with that. What is that doing for our country? Well, it's destroying our country. It's costing we, the American people, here in the United States of America, our hard earned money. We pay taxes on every single product there is on the market today. We pay taxes for working how many hours we have to work every week just to make ends meet. And where's that tax money going? Well, it's going to an illegitimate government right now, a corrupt, treasonous government, a tyrannical government. Instead of our government taking care of we, the American people, they are sending billions upon billions of dollars over to Ukraine. Now, they have no idea, or should I put it this way? We, the American people, have no idea where all those billions upon billions of dollars, over $120 billion, has gone over in Ukraine. I can say one thing: when you see Zelensky and his wife with money scattered all over a room, and they go and be photographed for a United States magazine, what is that telling you? Well, it's telling me that there's corruption going on there. Because why would you flaunt yourself all over that money to show that you got away with something that we, the United States citizens, cannot do? Instead of our government sending this money to Ukraine, why didn't they take care of we, the people here in the United States of America, instead of sending money over to them? They do not belong to NATO. They are just a company there in the middle of nowhere, just south of Russia. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Things are getting a little bit out of hand here. Because not only do we have now 5 to 7% interest rates, our food is continuing to go up. You will be paying another 10 to 50% more in food by the time June or July gets around. Oh, okay. Let's get into the next thing. Once again, gas. Yep, your gasoline and your diesel prices. Those are starting to get a little out of hand once again. Why do I say that? Well, we're being ripped off by these oil companies. Yep, you can go ahead and look at the New York Stock Exchange, and you can see that oil is selling for $69 a barrel. Well, if oil is selling for $69 a barrel, why are we paying over $3 a gallon for gas? Some places are paying over $3.40, $3.50, $3.60 and higher in the western states for gasoline. Why are we paying those high prices for gasoline? We shouldn't be, when oil is selling for $60 to $69 a barrel. It should be much cheaper for us. With the price of oil and gas being high, that's causing more inflation. That's costing us more money for every product that we purchase or we have to purchase. Now, with our currency failing and these banks are failing, what are they going to do next? Well, I'll give you a little bit of an idea. In June or July, our Federal Reserve is going to come out with a card similar to a debit card, and it's going to be called Fed Now. Now, that Fed Now card is the beginning of things to come. This is a way for our banks to monitor everything that you buy. Doesn't make a difference what it is. If you buy firearms, if you buy ammunition, you buy gas for your car, food for your home, pay your rent, pay your electric, your gas, whatever bills you have, it's all going to be recorded. They will know everything and everything you're spending and how you're spending it. Then, after that, which they are saying is possible within 1 to 2 years here, they want to push this by 2025. They want to push a central bank digital currency. The only way that we can avoid any of this is to contact our politicians in our government, let them all know that we are not for this Fed Now card. We are not for CBDC. The only way that they can push the CBDC is if you accept it. The best thing I would suggest to you is not to accept the CBDC or the Fed card. If you have money in these big banks today, I would also like to suggest to you that you take your money out of the bank little by little. Don't try and take it all out at one time. Bank runs are not going to get us anywhere but into a bigger collapse than what we're already facing. The best thing to do is take a little bit out here and there. Only leave in the bank what you're paying on bills. Other than that, I would suggest pulling your money out of these big banks. I myself have just switched my Social Security from a big bank, and it's now directed to go into a credit union. Credit unions are community banks. They're small, but everybody knows everybody, and they don't fall under the same, how should I put it, the same circumstances as these big banks do. Now, I don't know about you people, but I could tell you right now that these big banks, they're only in it for the money. Once you put your money in the big bank, it's no longer your money. They take your money and they invest it, whether it be gold, silver, properties, you name it. But I'm going to tell you what, there are a lot of things that are being repossessed right now from these big banks. A lot of people cannot make ends meet on any of their payments anymore, whether it be their electric bills, which have gone sky high, your gas bills, natural gas, of course, for your stoves, which the government in some states is trying to eliminate as well. Don't be foolish, people. Keep that gas stove, even if you have to hook up a propane tank to it to use. That is the cleanest burning fuel that is here on this earth today. If you use electricity, what good is it going to do? Especially when these electric companies can't keep power provided to everybody throughout the United States. There are blackouts and so-called brownouts going on all over the country. They're pushing for you to get electric stoves and all this other stuff, and they can't even supply you the power to keep it going. But yet you got Bozo Biden that's pushing for this Green New Deal, which was what? That was part of a 1.8 or one, yeah, something like that, 1.8 trillion infrastructure bill. Now they already passed that bill. Have you seen any increases in our infrastructure bill that they passed? I don't see no bridge work going on. Don't see no new roads being built. But yet they're going to charge the crap out of you as far as purchasing gasoline for your vehicle. Oh, and they want you to be combustible engines. They want to eliminate by 2025 to 2030. They are talking about. Why? They get all this money. This is as bad as the climate change scam that they're pushing on everybody as well. This climate change stuff that John Kerry is pushing, oh, he tried that back in the Obama days as well. You can't use this, you can't use that, but yet they're flying their Lear jets all over the country and all over the world. They're burning up more carbon dioxide and oxygen and everything else and doing more polluting than any of us ever would in our whole lifetime. Plus, they have pushing this climate change for years. And what do we have going on right now? Well, right this very minute as I am speaking, there are over 28 volcanoes that are in eruption right now all around the world. So, what good is climate change going to do when these volcanoes are pushing volcanic sulfuric ashes into our atmosphere? Is that why they want to cut everything out for us? Well, let me tell you something. Just to be clear, Mother Earth will continue after the human species is dead and gone. One way or another, we will destroy ourselves on this earth. And after we are long gone, Mother Earth will continue to thrive. It will continue to grow unbelievably unimaginable on how much this globe can retain life. There are cities in some countries that have been deserted. And what has happened over 100 years' time, even 50 years' time? Well, most of these cities that have been abandoned, trees, plants, wildlife is thriving. Trees growing right through houses, right through cars, right through buildings, growing right up through the roads. Life on Earth will continue to exist. It's not us, and it's not the cows that are farting, so to speak. It has nothing to do with us or the animals on this planet. Are we helping anything on this earth? Oh, hell no. Not even close. Our government is finding ways to destroy this nation, especially this nation. Let's see, what have we had happening in this country? Oh, as I hear one coming right now, as you can hear it in the background. Yep, the trains. Yep, the good old railroad companies poisoning our land, our water systems, our people. They have derailments almost every single day throughout the United States of America. Now, those tankers that were on fire, that they lit on fire in East Palestine, Ohio, Hang on, hang on 1 second here. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why, but I continue to get pop-ups even though I started this computer about 2:30. It's telling me that I have to restart this computer for updates again. But that's okay. I went ahead and set it for later. But to get back to what I was talking about. Now, that train derailment that we had in East Palestine, Ohio. 1 minute, it's as bad as the COVID ordeal with Fauci. Oh, wear your mask. Oh, don't wear your mask. Oh, you can wear your mask. Oh, don't wear the mask. And East Palestine, Ohio. Oh, you can drink the water. Oh, no, you better not drink the water. You better drink bottled water. Tomorrow you can drink water out of your faucet. They don't know which way is up, for crying out loud. Another thing, people are getting drastically ill. Burning eyes, nose, throat, chest, skin irritations, all from these chemicals from that East Palestine train derailment. And that's not all. That's poisoned the water systems in the Ohio River and all these side subsidies, little creeks, and you name it that splice off of that Ohio River. Also, excuse me. Also, you have had other train derailments. And what's happened from those train derailments? Well, let's see here. They estimated over 3,600 gallons of diesel fuel that went into another river. Um, I'm not sure if it was the one that was in South Carolina or the one that was in Arizona. There's been so many derailments now, I cannot keep track of what's going on throughout this country anymore. And if you go to your local news channels, even if you go to CNN, MSNBC, or whatever it is, most of these, even ABC News, NBC News, all of these channels, you watch them and they all come out with the same phrases. You can almost quote me to what they say, one line after another, identical from channel to channel to channel, all the way down the line. Everything is the same. It's like a broken record. Excuse me. Now, is that a good thing? No, it's not, because they're hiding what's really going on behind the scenes. See what's going on over here, but don't let you know what's going on over here. There's so many different issues going on, and our government and these news companies are not letting you know what is really going on. What happened to news journalists over the years? They're not telling you the real news. They're not really journalists. They're being fed by our government as to what to tell we, the American people. This isn't right in any way, shape, or form. And this right here, this right here, boing, is the number you need to call to get in touch with the White House, to contact these politicians. It doesn't make a difference what state they're from. It doesn't make a difference if they're your local senator, congressman, House Speaker. Does not make any difference. Contact these people and let them know how you feel about what's going on in this country. Don't you want your freedom? Don't you want your liberties? We're losing all that. We're losing our individualism. Oh, but they're pushing the agenda for the LGBTQRSTUV plus communities. These people are the ones that are causing a lot of problems in this country. These people are mentally challenged. They have a problem. They should not, and our government definitely should not be pushing their agenda. You know, they warn us and complain about children having firearms. And why all these shootings are happening all across the country and the democratic cities across the country. Well, our government is pushing this stuff. They're all for the Antifa. They're all for this MS-13 gangs. They're all for these Democrats. They don't care how this country gets destroyed. 30 years ago, we were warned that this country would be destroyed from the inside out. And it is happening more and more today. Now, I had watched the Donald Trump rally in Texas Saturday. I like his plans. He can restore this country. He can get our energy down again. Our prices for homes, our jobs, where you're making a decent wage again. This is what I don't understand today. Some people say, "Oh, well, you're old." I might be old, but we grew up and we had a purpose growing up. We worked hard for what we did, only to find out here, now that I'm retired and collecting my Social Security. Social Security is a kick in the butt, people, because you can hardly even survive on the money that we receive from Social Security month after month. Now, they've been talking, this was one of Bozo Joe's election strategies, was to give every senior citizen $200 more a month, $2,400 a year. Well, you know what? We're working on year 3 and that hasn't happened yet. How about all you people that are in college, where Joe Biden was going to go ahead and cover all your student loans? That hasn't happened yet either, has it? All we continue to get is lie after lie after lie from this bozo that's supposed to be a president. And the hackling hen, Kamala Harris, she was in charge of our border. What are the main things that he put her in charge of? How's that working out for you, huh? Since they've been in office, like I say, there's been 5 to million illegal immigrants that have entered this country. What's our government doing? They're just printing that money, causing more inflation, causing this country to go broke. These banks are going to be failing. You already have a couple that are failing, and I'll tell you what, by year's end, you're going to have another half a dozen more that are going to die out. This is why I put my money in a credit union. Credit unions won't fail if we, the people, keep our money in them. They get to the point where they know you by name. They will help you or give you a loan for a home or a vehicle or whatever you need to get ahead. They will help you out, and they will offer you a cheaper interest rate than these big banks. I've gotten loans from my credit union, never had a problem. I try to go ahead and get a loan through JP Morgan Chase Bank. Guess what? Oh no, we can't help you. Oh, really? A big bank like you and you can't help me. But I can go to my local credit union and they could, oh, yeah, sure, we'll help you, sir. No, I'm not suggesting you go to get a loan or electric car or anything else. That's another scam that they're trying to throw at you. Oh, you want to buy an electric car, huh? We'll give you $7,000 off of purchasing that new electric car. Oh, you want a Tesla? Oh no, that's $7,000. That don't go for that. Sorry, that's too expensive of a vehicle. But any other electric car, we'd be more than happy to give you $7,000 off of that car. And then once you have that electric vehicle, 2, 3, maybe 4 years later, guess what? Batteries are junk. It's done. So what do you got to do? Well, you got to purchase new batteries for that electric car. What's that going to cost you? Oh, here we go again. That $7,000 discount they gave you for buying that electric vehicle. Well, you're going to be stuck paying that $7,000 for brand new batteries for your new electric car. If you're lucky, if it lasts 2 to 4 years. Yeah, good deal, huh? I'll tell you what, I'll stay with my gas eating Silverado. And I know one thing, it's got a 35-gallon tank on it. I can go 450 to 500 miles on one tank of gas on that pickup truck. With your electric car, how far are you going to get? Oh, maybe 200, 300 miles. Then you got to charge it. Excuse me. Okay. So what are you going to do for the 8 hours it's going to take to charge up that electric vehicle? Oh, and what happens if you have a brownout or a blackout in your area? How are you going to charge that vehicle then, huh? Well, you may have seen different pictures and things like that on Facebook where they show these electric vehicles and they show, say, AAA right behind them with a gas generator on the back of their tow trucks. It's plugged in to these electric cars to charge them up. And that will only get you a little distance because those generators, yeah, they're generating power. But if you need to charge up those batteries on that electric vehicle, it's going to take a good 8 to 24 hours to put a charge in it to charge it full charge. AAA that may have a generator to charge your electric vehicle, oh, they'll charge it for like 15, 20 minutes just to get you off the local highway, or may even be enough to get you home, depending upon how long it takes to charge those batteries on your electric car. Whereas me, well, guess what? I'll keep driving my pickup truck that runs on gasoline, and I don't have that problem. When I get down to a quarter tank of gas, usually anywhere between a half and quarter tank of gas, I'll fill it up again. Same with my motorcycle. That holds 4 gallons of gas, and I can get over 150 miles to the tank. I can deal with that. I don't have to worry about, oh, I can't go no further because I got to charge it up for a couple hours. That's as bad as people going into these bars and restaurants, plugging their cell phones in a local wall outlet because they're draining the batteries down every time we turn around. Electric cars are going to be exactly the same. Yeah, they're great when they're brand new, but the more you use them, the more those charging systems take to charge up those batteries. But I threw this at you because I wanted to give you an idea of what's going on out here. We have a government that's pushing all these agendas. They got everything going this way and all over the place. That you got no idea what the heck is going on. They got you so confused, they're not going to let you know what they're doing behind the scenes. What they're doing behind the scenes is killing us more and more. Trying to poison your foods. Oh, that big mushroom cloud that went over East Palestine, Ohio, when they lighted those tankers on fire. Guess what? It's poisoned the food, land, waterways, animals, wildlife, fish, vegetation, you name it. Wells, you name it. It's polluted it all. There was a water company that was selling bottled water in Ohio. Guess what? That plant shut down because they were not sure how safe that bottled water was going through their plant since that train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Well, I don't know about you, but a lot of this stuff I believe is on purpose. Let's see, what else have we had? Oh, more refinery fires, um, food processing plant fires, killing off chickens because of this so-called bird flu. Oh, egg shortage. Did you ever think that you'd ever pay $4 or better for a dozen eggs? How about a pound of bacon? Let's see, $9 to $12 for a pound of bacon. Wow, disgraceful. Buy a 4-pack can of chicken. I used to pay $6.40 for a 4-pack can of chicken. Now, over $10. A loaf of bread. That's getting outrageous now too. Everything you purchase. I seen a little bundle, a real small bundle of artichokes. Not artichokes. I'm sorry. I got to take that back. Oh, well, I'll just put it this way: you buy one eggplant and it's costing you $5. Okay, you go ahead. Anything you purchase in your supermarket is costing you an arm and a leg, and the prices are only going to go higher. Why are these prices going higher? Oh well, gas and diesels costing more money. Contamination of vegetables in certain areas. These crops are now coming from, say, Mexico and Venezuela, Brazil, all these different countries instead of our own country because of this so called drought that we just had. And what do you have going on in California? Oh, they're buried in water now. They got all kinds of water, rain, snow, and they're releasing that excess water where? Into the Pacific Ocean. Oh, that does that a lot of good, don't it? Instead of saving it and putting it in containers where they could use it at a later use for growing crops and things of that nature, oh, they're just going to send it right into the Pacific Ocean. We don't need it no more. We don't have a drought. Yeah, a bunch of bozos. Excuse me. Now, the next thing that I want to touch a little bit on, people, you should be in contact with other people in your community, your little town, your city, no matter where you live. You should be having weekly meetings, getting to know your neighbors. This is what happened with this country. Nobody wants to know anybody anymore. Well, we're getting into a disastrous situation here. We could have war on American soil. It doesn't necessarily have to be from another country. We could have an outright civil war in this country because people cannot afford the food. They can't work enough hours to get enough money to pay their bills. So, what's that going to do? It's going to increase crime. So, it's going to be to the point now where this is why I suggest getting a hold of other people in your community or through your churches or town meetings, whatever it may be. People, you need to be working together, not against each other. That is what made this country a strong country. We united together as one people. Don't let our government push and try and divide us like they are doing. They're pushing this race card on everybody all of a sudden, or these pronouns, or this political correctness, or this transgender bullcrap. Those people that are pushing this LBGTQRST plus whatever you want to call it, these people are sick. They're deranged in the mind. Years ago, they would have been shot or put in mental institutions. But now, today, oh, it's okay. Everybody can do whatever they want. No, it's not okay. This country is going to hell in a handbasket. And only you can prevent it from happening and getting worse. What needs to happen in this country is hiring more law enforcement or more people in a community, getting together and starting your own law enforcement. Since your local law enforcement doesn't want to do anything, maybe we, the people, should start doing something. Excuse me. I'm getting a little dried out because I've been talking for what? Roughly almost an hour. But like I'm saying, people, we need to get together and work together as a community. It doesn't make a difference what race you are, doesn't make a difference who you are. As long as we all start working together and start smacking the crap out of your children, these gang bangers, all this stuff, we, the people, need to put a stop to it. This is a Christian nation. What? We're lucky if we have what? 63% of the people in the United States of America that are Christians now, and we're being dramatized. Our Democratic administration is trying to kill the Christian properties of this country. This country was born on Christian principles. Don't let that dwindle. We're not Satanists. We shouldn't be sinners. We should be loving everybody. This is where it comes into being a community, working together as a people. We must stop the division that our government is pushing on us. They want us to be like this so they can destroy us. We must reverse that. Work as one. Work as a community in your towns and your cities, all around. Everybody needs to get together and love one another. Work with each other. Help each other. They used to have these prayer boxes where in a town they'd go ahead and they'd take and put a big, how should I say, containment system where there was nothing. It was a big box, say a 10 by 12 box, and it was a prayer box. And people that had a little extra food, they'd put canned foods and stuff in there. And if somebody really needed it and didn't have the cash to buy food, they could go into this prayer box and they could grab a can or two of food or something to get them by for a day here and there. A lot of ministries in this country were doing the same thing. These food pantries, are running out of food. Nobody's donating because people are hurting today. But if you work together as a community, you can start building up these food pantries where people that really have children that have nothing to eat will have something to eat. Oh, I got a cough again. I'm getting dried out. And it sucks when you have blood clots in your lungs and stuff like I do right now. But people, excuse me once again, we need to work together as one people. Don't let our government divide us because that's all they know how to do. And these criminals in the area, go after them yourselves if we have to. This is what a community of people and good deed doers do. It's hard for me to get that one out. Oh, and one person I didn't say, well, I didn't plug their site during my Brooksville Bike Fest videos that I did. Here's another vendor that I bought this product here. It's Psycho Killer. Um, this is a waterless uh, wash and wax. I went ahead. I used it on my motorcycle. I'll tell you what, it come out like brand new. I would suggest that. That's a Psycho Killer wash and wax system, and it's good on Lexan plastic, all kinds of stuff. Won't that dull shine or clarity or anything on that as well. All right, I'm getting to the point where I am getting short on time. So, people, please be aware of what's going on out here in our country. Take care of each other, work with each other. Always, if you can, Spend $10 a week on a few extra cans of food, soups, beans, cereals, things that you like. But don't eat it up all in that week. Put it aside. Same with your herbs, your spices, your sugars, your salts, your peppers, spices. Put them things aside. Get a couple extra bags of boxes of pasta, or your what do you want to call it? Your rices, beans, meats. Can your meats if you buy them fresh. Can them. Throw them in the freezer. But you got to remember one thing when you throw your meats in the freezer. If you lose power, you could lose that meat. This is why I suggest canning the meats and vegetables. You need to be prepared, people. Now, most of your local cities and everything else say, oh, you should have 3 days worth of food. You know what? No, you should have 3 months worth of food minimum. As for myself, I know I have well over a year's worth of food. I didn't do this stuff overnight. It took me a little bit here and there. And watch your expiration dates on these cans. A lot of people say now, oh, you don't have to worry about the expiration date. Well, yeah, yes, you do. Some stuff you do have to. I'll tell you the reason why. A couple of weeks back, I had a can of Campbell's cream of chicken soup. The expiration date was 2016. Guess what? I ate it. As fast as I ate it, within a half hour's time, it came right out of me. I vomited something in that cream of chicken soup. Must have gone bad. So watch the canned foods that you purchase. You can follow the expiration dates. Like your canned meats and things like that, they're pretty much all right. But these foods that have creams, these soups, for instance, that are, say, cream of chicken or, say, a mushroom soup or something like that, cream of mushroom, and any of these soups that have any kind of a cream type of gravy in it, you don't want to go much past that expiration date. That'll make you ill. You have to watch what you're purchasing. But get your beans, get your burgers, get your flour, get your sugar. Flour is another thing you have to watch on the dates on that as well. Flour can go bad. Some people say, oh, no, it can't. Oh, yes, it can. It won't rise as far as a bread like it used to and things of that nature. So you do have to watch what you buy. But buy things that will last. Freeze-dried foods you can get. What do you have for your vehicle? Do you have oil and filters, air filters, things of that nature? Brake pads, oil. Do you have a stock of gas? Do you have generators to power your home or wherever you live at? Me, I have 2 generators and I have a solar powered system as well. I have over 1200 watts of solar. I have a 4,000 watt inverter and it's a 60 amp output. Now that powers half of my RV, an outside full size fridge, and lights at night. It can also power at the same time my laptop as well as my television and modem and things of that nature, and it will run for better than 12 hours with no problem. I usually do a little bit of on and off time where I will run everything on in my RV on solar, and then after 12 hours, I will plug all my power sources into shore power. Then it'll give my batteries time to recover. Of course, my refrigerator and outside lights will stay on the solar because it doesn't run it down that bad. I have not had a problem with my solar. I would be able to run this whole RV on solar if I had a few more uh, batteries to run everything on. But hey, I'm not rich, so every little bit I get, I try to put away. And then when I get enough together, then I will buy more solar batteries so I could run more items in this RV. But people, you have to be prepared. You have to get ready. There's things happening left and right here around this country. We just don't know what the heck is going to happen. From day to day, something new is being thrown in our faces. Get your bullets, get your rifles, shotguns, pistols, whatever you need. Get your items together now. It's not going to get any cheaper. If you have cash on hand, buy silver, buy gold. Gold is a form of wealth that you can hang on to. Silver, well, since our almighty dollar, which is turning into toilet paper, isn't going to be worth much, if you have silver, you'll be able to barter with that silver. Same with alcohol and tobacco, things of that nature. You can always use as barter. But like I say, get ready, people, because we're headed into a lot of problems here. This isn't something that's going to end within a year or two. This is going to be a good 10 years before we get close to normal again. Unless we get someone like Donald Trump back in office. He can reverse within a year to 2 years. He states that he can reverse and get everything back to being cheap again. Homes being affordable, work being workable where you make a decent dollar, gas prices lowered, everything else. He said he's going to reverse everything that Biden has done against this country. People, be prepared. Pray up, prep up, and get the things you need now. It's better to have and not need than to need and not have. On that note, I will be here again Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Talk to y'all then. Have a good night, everyone. Nomad Prepper 2 out for now.